I don't know what was going on there. There was no audio on that for some bizarre reason, so I won't bother playing that. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. I'm going to put the camera on. I make no apologies for how I look. Obviously, he's recovering from my heart attack. So here I am, alive and kicking. I'm going to partly go through what happened, what I experienced myself. There's quite an important part for anybody who is diabetic, type 2. Look at the state. Oh, it looks like my poor arms all bruised and battered. Well, lines in me. I'm absolutely covered in bruises. So thanks everybody for joining me. I just run this video that sort of shows the timeline and what happened to me. And then I'll go through some of the more important factors. So I'll show you this. Hopefully this has got sound. I don't know why the other video didn't have. Right, so there you go. Now, how I want to sort of start off with the conversation about this. There are more cables than you. Yeah. Oh, what an experience. The reason I wanted to fire this stream up and talk about it is because I've had what I can only describe as mild heartburn. Thanks, Barb. I won't do the thank you while I'm doing this, but I will sort of thank everybody after. Thank you so much for the donation. I did say to Marsha's live earlier, anything I receive, I'm actually going to donate to the hospital. It's a university, so I'm getting a bit emotional, that saved my life, basically. Sorry. Hang on a sec. I'll be with you in a sec. Sorry, guys. I feel very lucky to be alive. I had minor heartburn, and I was just going to dismiss it. So I'll be fine. Go have a lay down. It'll go. And then my arms started to get really heavy and aching. I'll turn the camera off for the moment. And aching. And I thought, that doesn't feel right. Then my jaw started to ache and my teeth, which none of these are sort of classic symptoms of a heart attack, but it just didn't feel right. Anyway, I decided in the end, having looked in the mirror, that something was dreadfully wrong. I was grey. So I phoned for an ambulance. On arrival, they put the 12-lead ECG on me and said that I was having a major episode. And so they literally said, on the move, they put the defib pads on me to just in case. Obviously my heart stopped. Although I've been in the job, as you know, I had no idea, because these symptoms are not classic symptoms of a heart attack. Normally you get quite a sharp pain, and quite often just in the left arm and so on, and maybe in your neck. And none of these symptoms were like that. And so it was very, very major. I was very close to dying, basically. I mean, the hospital they chose to take me to was a specialist cardiac unit. And yeah, I mean, I literally went straight in. Thanks, Poker Buddy. Thanks. Sorry, I won't do the thank you super chat things while I'm doing this, because this is really important. But thank you so much, guys. And yeah, they rushed me straight into surgery. Very, very painful. Very painful. When they first put the line in, they put a dye in, and it feels like your arm's on fire. It's burning. and yeah, quite unpleasant. What I wanted to talk about, where this aligns with diabetes, is that if you're diabetic, heart attack symptoms are very different to somebody who isn't. Some of the symptoms of diabetes actually mask cardiac arrest and cardiac problems. So they say that, well, my advice to anybody, if you get like heartburn and it feels in any way strange, call an ambulance, because I thought it was just heartburn. As I say, it didn't fit the classic pattern, which is, say, pain in the left arm, neck, and so on. And it's very different. So anybody who's type 2 diabetic or diabetic, if you get heartburn and it feels in any way that it's not going, do phone an ambulance, because seriously, don't ignore it. I didn't ask you if I could have I didn't have time to ask you, buddy. I was very, very lucky. The ambulance crew knew me, so they knew I knew what they were doing. They didn't have to explain too much about what they were doing in the back of the ambulance. They got me there very, very quickly, fortunately. After I'd been monitored like for 48 hours, my heart was in like a normal rhythm. Blood pressure was up and down a bit and all over the place, but but yeah, you've really, don't take any chances, guys. If you get the slightest, I'm going to put the camera back on. You get the slightest pain in your chest and it doesn't feel right. Thanks, Wanda. Thanks, Timo. Thank you very much. Yeah, just know that it could be serious and don't take a chance, because I so nearly died through almost being stubborn and being a know-all. I'm a medical professional. I know it's not a heart attack, it's heartburn. Yeah, right. It was a major cardiac episode. Having never experienced one myself, I know all the classic signs that say, some weakness and aching of the left arm. Can be the right arm sometimes, but you generally get a pain in your neck as well. But this was like my teeth were aching. My jaw and my teeth were really aching. And none of it felt like a heart attack. There was nothing there at all that felt like a heart attack. So it was very, very much a shock to me, and I just wanted to get the message across to people. If you get heartburn, please don't take a chance. Yeah, freaking, I nearly did. I was just going to rest and thought, it's only heartburn, it'll be fine, it'll go away. But something just told me that I needed to phone an ambulance. And literally, the minute I got in the back of the ambulance, I stuck all the leads on me, and that was it. I mean, I even went out to meet the ambulance. I didn't come into my home. I went out to them. Yeah, straight away. One was like, got hit in the upper left side. Yeah, these are sort of classic symptoms of heart attacks. And this is why I wanted to sort of say about, if you are diabetic, be so careful, because all the things that go with diabetes can mask, the onset of a cardiac episode. Because I don't know why, but certain things with diabetes they didn't explain. But I just thought it was an important message to get across to anybody who's diabetic. If you get heartburn and it feels a little bit strange, don't mess about. Yeah, I'm type 2. Only recently was sort of told I was type 2, and that's why I didn't see it as being a cardiac arrest, because of that. So it's very, very serious. It's something, you have to bear in mind. So, but and as a result, on top of all my other medication, now I've got shitloads of stuff I got to take. Some of the stuff I've only got to take for 6 months. I had a scare with my heart once, and it was small muscle. Yeah, I mean, that video showed you the procedure and how they, it's amazing when they do the stent. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do this for, Rob, because you don't realise, as I say, the actual onset of a heart attack to somebody who's diabetic is very different. it's different for everybody. I mean, you know, but it's certainly different from the stand. Hi, Steffi, good to see you. And certainly different from what most people would experience. And obviously, whatever it is, you know, causing diabetes actually changes the effect. Hi, Charlotte. Thanks for stopping by. Hi, Sue. So, yeah, just be mindful. It depends. I mean, sometimes they go in through the groin. I guess they look at the ECG and see where high death row. They see where the problem is from the ECG. They literally went in. You see probably 2 little holes just there. They went in through there and fed the line. I mean, my arm, I'm absolutely bruised to buggery. I look like I've been in a fight. I've had a fight with a tomcat. My arms have got so many holes in, and so many attempts to put cannulas in me as well. Funny enough, I wasn't scared, Dave, because I sort of know what they do, and I couldn't have gone to a better hospital, to be fair. It was a university hospital. They specialise in cardiovascular, and it's I couldn't have been in better care. Basically, I was in the best place possible. Yeah, same with me, Mark. Honestly, and my left arm, where they put cannulas in for everything else. Oh my God! I mean, they had me on blood thinners on a drip, and they made 5 attempts to get the cannula in my left arm. And it wasn't that they couldn't find the veins; it was the nurses, because it's a teaching hospital. When they give them those kind of jobs to do, they couldn't get it in there. So I ended up with all these holes and blood running down my arm, you know. But yeah, it certainly was. Yeah, the person in the bed opposite me was having stents put in their neck, and then they were going to have a defib fitted in their heart. You know, they put the old wires and a thing in there that kicks in if they have a heart attack. I couldn't believe it, Rob. I hadn't planned for it, that's for sure. The thing, again, why I hark back to the diabetes side of things is that there was no warning. Nothing came up beforehand. It's not like I'd felt ill or anything. You know, it literally just came on the Saturday morning at the point at which I sort of showed on that video. And yeah, no warning at all. Yeah, I know what you mean, Mark. See, the thing is, thanks, Marsha. I still feel like shit in one respect. I'm just resting and taking it easy. I mean, I've got so much paperwork to read. The follow-up is that I'll be contacted by the support thing, and they'll want me to go into statins. I've got statins. I've got blood thinners, beta blockers, because obviously I've got to have stuff to. Hi, Bruce. I've got to have stuff to stop. Hi, Gregory. To stop the body rejecting the stent, because there's always a risk of that as well. So I'm on a lot of medication at the moment. In fact, I don't think there's enough hours in the day for me to get myself a drink and take all the tablets. There's just so many that I have to take at the moment. But bear 1 second, that'll be my good lady checking in on me. Oh, and she's reminding me, and she's looking after me. Of course she's looking after me. I couldn't do better. We've got a nurse looking after me. No, of course you can, Marsha. That's what this is all about. This is what this is all about. So far away. Far away. Oh, same here, Mark. Honestly, I could start my own pharmacy, trust me. But many attempts have been made to get rid of UK Medic, and it's not happening. They can't get rid of it yet. Can any of the measures you had to take before have? To be honest with you, Marsha, it's so difficult to say. There's one particular one that, of course, going back 2 years ago, that everyone were forced to take. I've had problems. I'm not going to mention it. Oh, hang on again. So she's just commented on me on what I'm saying. She's at work because I'm fine. She knows she can leave at any point. She needs to come and make sure I'm okay. So, but yeah, so it could be, Marsha. There's just no way of knowing. I don't think the medication, that some of the medication would have caused it, but I think when you look at the amount of people that have had heart attacks after having the state-introduced injection, I'm not going to put it down to that. I mean, I'm 65. It's possible that it's just natural at my age to be having issues. It's not like I have an unhealthy lifestyle, but that's not necessarily a guarantee of anything anyway. But yeah, my blood. See, the thing is, my blood pressure was normal. They've given me medication to lower my blood pressure. I haven't got high blood pressure, so I guess they want to lower it to give the stent. How old am I? I'm 65. I guess they want to lower my blood pressure to give the stent a chance to bed in and not be damaged by the blood racing through at 200 miles an hour. But I'm just resting. I'm just taking it easy. I'm not allowed to do any heavy lifting or anything strenuous. As you can see, I didn't even bother to shave this morning. I just sod it. It didn't work. So, yeah. Hi, Jude. Good to see you. Put my issue down as before. So, yeah. That was my feeling, to be honest, Mark. No issues. Always had, my heart was as strong as an ox. So who knows? Hi, GB. So who knows? The main thing is, thanks to the prompt thing of my colleagues in the assessment in the ambulance and getting me to that unit, it's quite a long way away. They did it in 20 minutes. So I had a heart attack, GB, on Saturday. I've been in hospital. I only came home yesterday. I've had an angioplasty. So, as I say, and the thing is, technology today, it's amazing. I mean, look at what they did and how they did it. Years ago, they'd have broken your ribs, cut through your ribs and ripped your chest apart to get to your heart. Now they can do it through your wrist. Well, to be honest, Bob, it wasn't that scary. The thing is, Bruce, for me, it felt like heartburn, but I felt very strange. Do you know what? The most uncomfortable thing for me, apart from the heartburn, was when all my teeth started aching. My bottom jaw and all my teeth were aching. That's how it manifested in me. And they said that is typical sort of thing of somebody who's diabetic. It differs from anybody who isn't diabetic, who would say, left arm, neck, clammy skin, and all the rest of it. So in my case, I mean, obviously I didn't go into full arrest, but I was having a heart attack, but it felt like heartburn. And again, that's why I urge anybody, if you have heartburn and it either doesn't go or you feel a little bit strange, don't hesitate to ring for an ambulance. At the end of the day, as the crew that came out to me, they'd rather come out to you, stick you on an ECG and say, no, you're fine, you're having a panic attack or, whatever, than come out to you and you're dying, basically. You pay for it. It's like a kidney stone. Yes, Wolf, that's a good description. So, thanks, ANC. Yeah, I'm okay. I think. I don't feel too bad. I just rest a lot. How did you feel to be on the receiving end of I was really well looked after, to be honest, Gator. I can't complain. I had the best possible care. I don't know, whether it's because they knew who I was or whether it was just the fact that hospital specialises. I'm doing fine, Macheco, or whether, you know, being that's what they do, they specialise in it. I mean, literally, I was in there no time at all. I think total time was 45 minutes, but I was back on the ward. Well, not back on the ward. I hadn't been on the ward because I know they took me straight into the cardiac unit the minute I arrived at the hospital. So, but hi Heisenberg. So I have a red cord around me. Yeah, I've got a copy of my ECG that I've got to carry with me in case I should have any issues, so that they can see what my last ECG was. What was today? Wednesday. Monday, I was AFib, and they were a little bit concerned about that because there's a risk of stroke. And yesterday, when they checked, I was in sinus rhythm, so they were happy. So they let me come home. How did it feel being? To be honest, I knew I was in good hands. I mean, in this instance, I was lucky. I knew the crew that came out to me anyway. They knew me and I knew them. So I knew straight away I was in good hands. I knew the paramedic that was dealing with me. I had Mario Andretti as a driver. So there was no hanging about getting me to the hospital. And so they took me to the best possible place to have the procedure. So, and my treatment was great, you know, right the way through. The nursing staff were amazing. No issues at all. No issues at all. And once they, absolutely, drive it like you're stuck. I used to have doctors say that to me. If I had to take a medical team to an incident, they'd say smooth blue. In other words, blue lights, let's get there in a hurry. If it was absolutely vital, the doctor would say to me, drive it like you stole it. Yeah, I drove myself. Jesus Christ, Moon. Oh dear. But yeah, then they moved me to the private ward, which was amazing. I mean, the hospital food, how can you describe it? It sustains life. It's not gourmet food, but it's okay. I mean, it certainly wasn't the worst food I'd ever had. But when they moved me over to the private ward, I could have pretty much anything I wanted. So, no, I know. It's amazing what they do, though. You know, hi Stephen. You know, when you think Saturday I was dying, literally, and here I am Wednesday, and you'd barely. Yeah, no worries, Rob. You take care, buddy. You know, you wouldn't believe that I just had a heart attack. That's how amazing technology has moved on. So it's incredible, really. You know, you think sort of 20, 30 years ago, I'd have died. You know, they say it's the fact that the procedure that they can do is amazing. So to perform that through your wrist is unreal, absolutely unreal. But I just wanted to get that message out there to people. Hi, Eric. Thanks for stopping by, my friend. Yeah, I just wanted people to be aware that if you're diabetic, you know, chest pain, do not ignore it. Don't fob it off as heartburn. Get it checked, especially if it's lingering for a while. You know, hi, Brooklyn. It is so important because had I left it maybe another half an hour, I would have died. I would have been dead. And the paramedic made that quite clear. You know, that's how severe it was. So, and being a typical man, you know, I mean, I can have a finger hanging off and I'll be all right. I'll just give me a plaster. I'll be fine. get a cold or flu and I'm dying, shoot me, you know. And so like with this, it was like, oh, I'll be all right. I'll just have a lay down, just rest for a while. But just something told me that it was just not right. A bit like that day I moved my car and got missed by the Range Rover that nearly hit me. Something just told me this wasn't just a heartburn. And I thought, you know, okay, if I ring for an ambulance and they put me on the ECG and it turns out to be nothing, well, it turns out to be nothing. Of course, it didn't turn out to be nothing. So the only reason I posted that thing on my community post is I know there's a lot of people out there that think, you know, oh, yeah, here we go. Another load of old bullshit. So, you know, it's like there's some arseholes on YouTube that would choose to, you know, make it out to be something that is, you know. Yes, Marshall, but mind you say that, I've not been that hungry since I've been home. I mean, today I had a couple of poached eggs this morning, and tonight I've had a corned beef sandwich. I didn't feel very hungry, which is no bad thing because I could do with losing some weight as well. So, hi, Mia, good to see you, my friend. So, yeah, it's but lessons learned. You know, I mean, I have a healthy diet anyway, but it's just having to be extra vigilant, sort of thing. You know. Yeah, it doesn't. I'm not too bothered, Marsha. I could do with. Yeah, exactly, GB. Yeah, call the ambulance. Because the thing is, at the end of the day, they put you on the ECG. If it's nothing, they'll say, "Oh no, you're fine. It's not a problem." You know, and if it is, like in my case, they whiz me straight in. But the turnaround from transporting me from home to the hospital and the surgery was effectively an hour. You know, 20 minutes by ambulance to the hospital and around about 40 minutes in surgery. So, you know, an hour to do that and save someone's life. I was blown away. Yes, yeah, he was doing a jig. He was dancing around. So, yeah, it's always reassuring when you know. I mean, for me, because I sort of knew where I was going and what they were going to do, it was reassuring. Whereas a lot of people, of course, it's frightening. I was probably more emotional about it after the event than during, to be honest. Well, I'm recovering from a heart attack at the moment, Mir, so difficult to say. I'm still here. I'm still breathing. That's the main thing. So, yeah. It's, I mean, I thought nearly being taken out by that Range Rover was sort of make you appreciate life. Saturday certainly reinforced that. Certainly reinforced that. But the big man upstairs isn't ready for me yet. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here now. So I figure he's still got work for me to do. But my AdSense payment, well, I'm going to be doing different ones. They're going to be black with the gold logo on and key rings and stuff, but I'm not even thinking about that at the moment. But the AdSense money that I get paid this month, and then I'm going to put some. I want to give a donation to that hospital because they are a teaching hospital. It's a university hospital. My way of thanking them for saving my life, basically. Yeah, see, I was conscious the whole time, Mark, and the paramedic was talking to me the whole time. I knew them, so that helped. Just having a normal like I'm talking to you now. The whole journey I was talking away. She kept looking at the ECG. I had about 3 tablets given to me. I was having drugs pumped into me all the time. I was in the back of the ambulance. Left your AC on. Oh dear. Yeah, I didn't have anything with me when I got taken in. I had my mobile phone with me. So, although I didn't have a cigarette, obviously, for the 4 days I was in hospital, and I went cold turkey. They asked me if I wanted patches, and I said, no, I'll go cold turkey. And I thought, oh, I'm going to give up, smoking. That wasn't the cause. I mean, even the surgeon said that had got nothing connection to do with smoking. And once I got out of the hospital, I have to say, I did have a cigarette, but I will only be having one now and again, and I will eventually cut it out. I just felt I needed one, and the doctor said, look, the last thing you need is to get stressed out because you're giving up smoking. So he said, if you want a cigarette, have a cigarette. Don't get yourself rattled and stressed over it. So I've had 2 so far today. I might have one in a minute, but I will ultimately give up. One, because of the money I'll save anyway. But, like anything, of course, those things don't help. But it wasn't attributed to smoking. I mean, my lungs are fine and everything. So it's, there's so many things. You know what the medical profession's like? They like to attribute everything to smoking. If you smoke, that's the cause of all your problems. I'm surprised they haven't said, smoking causes diabetes. You know what I mean? Because they do like to have a go at, if you smoke. By the way, Mark, as in Mark's Adventures, note the flag behind. I'm being, being a rebel. Can improve my health. I have just started. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. That's the thing. It's putting on weight. You've got, that puts undue stress on your heart. It's important to sort of keep an eye on your weight. Oh God, yes. Everything's to do with smoking. Trust me. No matter what gets wrong with you, it's caused by smoking. Yeah, all the doctors. I mean, God, I couldn't believe how many of the doctors were standing outside having cigarettes. And even one of the nursing sisters, she said, "I'm going out for a cigarette." So, do you know what, Mark? I don't care. They'll have a fight on their hands if they try and cut me off. I'll tell you that now. After what I went through, like you, I'm not giving up that. I fought to maintain and preserve that, and I ain't giving it up now. That's the thing, you see. I don't really drink. I don't really drink, so I'll have a glass of wine now and again. This is the thing, Mark. People don't realise, we fought for that, and certainly not going to give that up. Let them lock me up or try. That's for sure. Not a chance. And I'm not deliberately going out of my way, but I'm certainly not going to bow down and be told I can't fly a country's flag. But that's something I'm not even concerned about at the moment. That could all go, Sodom. I've just survived this. But I appreciate you all stopping by. I just thought it was a important message to get across to people, because people don't always understand the mechanism of a heart attack and symptoms. And I think it's important that people understand it's not always as obvious as you might think. Let's face it, a lot of us judge Well, hope that Medic and Mush also forget the smoking. Oh dear. Absolutely, Mark. Absolutely. Well, I think it was important, Marsha, to because so many people are influenced by what they see on the television. Thanks, Siegfried. Good to see you. Yeah, cheers, Bruce. Take care. What they see on TV, the clutching of the chest and that all, and it's not always like that. For some, yes. Some, yes, it is. But no two people are the same when they have a heart attack. I've known people that have had a heart attack, survived the heart attack and then carried on and then felt a bit ill later on in the day. And when you check them out, you look at the readings, you go, well, you've had a heart attack. And they were like, what? I said, you've had a heart attack. And they don't realise they've had one. So, it really isn't as obvious as, likewise, Bruce. It's, like I say, in one respect, I was lucky because I didn't experience excruciating pain. It was just very, very uncomfortable. A bit like acid reflux, heartburn. That's how it felt until it then went to my arms. And I thought, you know what, this don't feel right. Heartburn don't really go to your arms. My arms felt really heavy, really heavy. And that's what made me aware that something wasn't right. And as I say, when that was it, a long time, I was not able to comment in Nitro Stream. Someone. Ooh, weird. That could even be YouTube, Siegfried. It happens. Yeah. No worries, Mark. Thanks for stopping by, my friend. I'll catch up with you at another point. You know what? We're tough, but they don't get rid of us that easy. But appreciate you stopping by, my friend. I'll be okay. It's not my time yet, clearly. So I was just glad that I'd managed to pick up on it in time. So we are, Mark. We are. Yeah, I heard about that, Nitro. I did. I was watching your stream when I was in hospital. I saw some of that because I wasn't going to pay out ridiculous amounts of money to watch television. On the main ward, you have to buy credits to watch television. So I had to be content with watching stuff on my phone. Wasn't time that they moved me to the private suite. I had my own private bathroom, my own television. Hi, Dimmy. Good to see you. So, as well as I do, Nitro, there's a lot of people out there that are not who they appear to be. They come to light eventually. You get to see who they are eventually. Thanks, Meg. It's true, Nitro. We've been around long enough to know that sooner or later they slip up. Once they've wormed their way in, they think, that's it and you won't spot it. So, take care, GB. Good to see you, my friend. But it don't take you long to suss them out. Been around long enough now. and I have the same thing, and their history. I'm not worried about the numbers, so I don't care if I lose people. You know, at the end of the day, it's not about the numbers. If somebody's a shit, basically, they get dispensed with. Better to have less numbers and good people than have high numbers and other crap in your chat. All right, Siegfried, yeah, I understand, buddy. You certainly see different sides to people, that's for sure. But yeah. Hi, Terry. All you need is good people around you. Small number of good people is all it needs to have a good community. You don't need to have the high numbers. You know, good, genuine people. Well, yeah, Dave, that's the thing. You know, the thing is, you see people on here that run with the wrong crowd. And you get a lot of that on YouTube. You know, they're into the drama, they run with the wrong crowd, and then it attracts and so on. And, you know, it's, I'd rather have a handful of people that are honest and real people than really high numbers of people that don't give a shit whether I'm here or not, don't bother to watch my content, don't come to my live streams, whatever, you know. So it's about having loyal community. And I know Nitro talked about that on one of his live streams, you know, and people that are loyal sort of followers who are part of your community accept you for you, you know, and that's it. You know, you may have a particular thing where one of your streams, you might have a rant and you might be offensive, but people who know you and part of your community know that's you and don't take any notice. Nitro does it. Nitro's a rant from time to time, and his attitude is, look, you know, there's the door, fuck off. You know, simple as that. And that really is how it is. You know, people who know you, trust me, people who know you. And that's it. And they don't care because they know that's you. And then you've got others that pretend to be something completely different. And behind the scenes, you know, they're the complete and utter arseholes, basically. So, and Marshall was talking about it earlier, again, about real people, genuine people, you know. So I just give no to watch me. Exactly, Nitro, exactly. No, that's true. It's true, you're not. And it's the same with me, you know. Not everyone is going to like you on YouTube. That's a fact. And even if they like you, they're not always going to like every live stream you do or every video you put up. You know, so, and that's a fact. But no one has their arm put up their back to come either to me or to go to Nitros or Marsha's. Hi, Amy. Yeah, I had a heart attack on Saturday, Amy. I'm rushed into hospital. So, yeah, but not everyone that's watching Nitro is watching him. They're the lurkers and the jerkers. They're the lurkers and the jerkers. They're not always in your chat. You know, there are people that like to sit in the background and see what you're doing. Mind you, we do it as well, so I can't say anything about that. I've sat in many a chat to see what's going on and not said anything. It's how you get to know who the real people are. It's amazing. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Thanks for stopping by. I won't conform either, so I agree. Yeah, I mean, you know, you learn so much by. If I go to a channel that I maybe see the thing, like, oh, I'll go and take a look there. I won't go in the chat. I'll sit in the background and watch for a while to see whether it's thanks, Wins. to see whether it's the kind of community I want to be a part of or whatever, you know. And you only learn that by sitting and watching. You go in the chat sometimes, you know, there's certain channels, they'll be on their best behavior, and you need to catch them when they're not. And then you get an idea, you know. So, and that is how you learn who's who and who the backbiters are, who the ones that are talking about you behind your back. And again, the more successful you are on YouTube, the more of a following you have, the more people will be knifing you in the back. The more people will be talking about you and have something to say about you, you know. So it's you got to do a bit of detective work to be honest on YouTube. So said I have to spend 80 hours on YouTube this week. I have to sleep 5 hours at least. Yeah, I probably won't be. Hi, M&J. I probably won't be that active for a little while. I wanted to do this because I thought it was important to get the message out there. You know, that people need to be. Thing is, Terry, they do. People do, though. That's what their lives consist of, is dissing other people, you know. Some you should never. Yeah, well, we know how that happened, don't we, Nitro? This is why choose your mods wisely. Choose your mods wisely, because you only have to one go rogue on you. So sometimes the wrenches go to people's heads. Mind you, I have to say, I do like having Marines and Army Mum as a mod. She's the ultimate sniper. You can get a troll coming, boom, gone. Hi, Cop. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, it's just a brief live to update people after my unfortunate incident on Saturday. So I've had it happen to me, Siegfried. I've been blocked on channels and not known why. And it's because they've got a rogue mod. That's why you only give wrenches to people that you trust at the end of the day. I made a mistake on a pathology. Oh, yeah, exactly. Exactly, Nitro. Exactly. We've seen it. Yeah, I'm recovering well, Cop. I had an angioplasty on Saturday. I was discharged yesterday. Ton of medication to take for the time being, till the stent bed's in, stop it from being rejected, and blood thinners. But the trolls when I exactly Marines, exactly, and I know that's why I like you being a mod. You know, because you don't hang about; they're gone before they get a chance to do any damage, and I appreciate that. You know. And the thing is, if people are mods, you know, people that I trust, then they're the ones that I want in the chat anyway. And somebody who comes in, you know, and kicks off, gone. It's the only way to have it. You know, don't tolerate the crap. Well, Terry, I thought it was important because a lot of people, as I say, don't realise that if you're diabetic, the way you will experience a heart attack potentially is very different from anybody else. The symptoms are not always as cut and dried as they are, you know, for other people. Diabetes can mask a lot of things. So I thought it was important to stress that. And this was, you know, I was told by the people that were dealing with me, because I said, oh, you know, I didn't get the pain down my right arm. I didn't have pains in my neck, you know. And yeah, I mean, obviously you guys, now you've been given the information, you can research it, you can look yourself online and it will tell you how these things differ. It's not cut and dried. It's not as straightforward, you know. it's not as black and white as you may be led to believe. Like I say, the problem is with this, so many people see stuff on the television, someone bent over double, clutching their chest and all these kind of things, or they just collapse and they think that's it. Well, for some people it is, but that's not necessarily the pattern, you know. Like I say, I was convinced I had heartburn and that it was just mild heartburn. Oh, well done, Gator. Congratulations, buddy. We're all here to help, Gator. That's the thing. We have an awesome community. Everybody helps everybody. We even help people weed out the dross. You know, word gets spread around very quickly. If one of us finds somebody who's bad news, we tell everybody else. And admittedly, you know, you don't necessarily go by what other people tell you, but at least if you've been forewarned, and then you wait till you see it yourself, and then you know that, yeah, they were correct. You know, because it's quite possible I could sort of be malicious and say, oh, that person, because I don't like them. But that's not a reason for you to block them because I don't like them. But I can warn you about that person, and then you can see for yourself. And when that time comes, you make the decision to do what you want to do. You know, no one should ever influence you as to who you can and can't support, or who you should or shouldn't sort of have in the community. But if someone gives you the heads up, then it gives you the opportunity to watch that person. And over time, I know I've seen it, Marsha's seen it, and Nitro's seen it. You see people that come into your chat and they appear to be okay. And then someone gives you the heads up on them and says, by the way, that person is X. You know, give you an example. I believe Brooklyn will know. I know Nitro will know. We had somebody that was around for quite a while that we thought was a decent guy. Had no reason to think otherwise. I will give the name, and Nitro will echo this. A guy called Robocop. He turned out basically to be a paedophile. Hiya, Paul. We had no idea. He was under a different name. He wasn't supposed to have any kind of equipment to go online, but he was online on his mobile phone. He's still around, sad to say, but under another name. Yeah, but look how long we thought he was okay, and we had him in our chats, and we go to his live streams and support him, and then we found out that he was a pedo, basically. We had no idea. He was using another name. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I mean about how deceptive it can be on YouTube. But that's where one person giving somebody else the heads up, and then you watch and you can see a pattern. And that's what having a community is all about. Yeah. He used to lay on his bed and all you could see was his socks and the wall and his window. You never actually saw him, and now we know why you never saw him, why he never appeared on camera, because he was told he wasn't allowed to have anything that he could go on social media, no phone, no laptop, no iPad or anything like that. So he was breaking the law straight away just being online. But yeah, months before we found out and knew, but dropped immediately, of course. And I say, this is the thing about having a good community and giving people the heads up and warning them about people. And for a lot, you have to find out for yourself. You do have to find out for yourself. You know, I could turn around and say, for example, like I said, don't go to Savage Days because the guy's this or he's that. Well, I've given you the heads up. It's up to you to go and watch and see whether, you know, what I've said is worthy of you thinking, hang on a minute, I don't trust this guy, you know. And that's what we do as a community, you know. I get messages from people, oh, watch out for such and such, you know, this person's bad news. And just because they haven't done anything to you at that point doesn't mean to say they won't later down the road. So what you do is you go into other... That's it, Robocop dude. Yeah, that's the Lexus bit. Yeah, I couldn't remember, but just all I could remember was the Robocop bit, because obviously he's a distant memory now. He's of no importance, you know. So, mind you, with a name like that, we should have realised straight away, shouldn't we? Really, Lexus Robocop dude. I don't know how you connect a Lexus Robocop and dude in one line, but. That certainly was a shock. Yeah, I don't know why he suddenly... I think it came to mind because that was a prime example of discovering a wrong un, basically. You know, and I think in the time that I've known, not just checking... All right, sweetheart, yeah, I'm okay. I'm going to be ending this shortly. Hi, Sandra. Just wanted to update people and let them know, you know. There's my personal nurse, Denise, checking in on me to make sure I'm behaving myself. Yeah, that's true, Wolf. That's true. Yeah, unless of course you've got nothing to hide, then it doesn't matter. Oh, there's Poker shouting, hello, Denise. Look, capitals, hello, Denise. But there have been people that I know that myself, Nitro and others have given a second chance and things like that. And what I would say from my own personal experience, go with your gut instinct. If your gut tells you that that person's wrong, run with that. Run with your gut instinct, because generally you're right. If you have a bad feeling about somebody, then generally you are right. But we all do it. We all give people the benefit of the doubt. And I know in the past I've done it and I've regretted it. I thought, oh, you know, maybe it's a one-off. I'll give them a second chance. Nah, I should have gone with my gut instinct when I thought they were wrong, and I should have dealt with it there and then and not, you know. Receipts never lie. Absolutely, Marsha. Absolutely. Hi, Sam. Absolutely. So it's I would say to everybody, yeah, go with your gut instinct. If you've got a bad feeling about somebody, you are probably right. That's been my experience in day-to-day life. Yeah, James, you can't keep a good man down. You can't keep a good man down. Nearly got me this time, but you know. Hi, Redneck. It was a close call, that's for sure. But, UK medic lives to fight another day. So I'm not going to run this much longer. I'll give it another, say, 10, 15 minutes, and then I shall call it a night. I won't rock with snitches or bitches. Absolutely. There's plenty of those out there, Marsha, as we know. We know there's plenty of those out there. But we've got a good community. I don't feel the need to go out there really any wider, and you know, I'm sort of happy with the numbers that I've got and the people within the community. If I gain others, so be it. I'm certainly not chasing it. Made me laugh. You know me. Do you know what? I even made the nurses laugh while I was in hospital. Bearing in mind, I'd just gone through heart surgery. I had them laughing. I mean, when I was on the private ward, a lot of the nurses were Nigerian, and I turned around and they said, how did you sleep last night? I said, well, I would have been all right if I hadn't been the bloody noisy Nigerians making a racket all night. So, hang on, that's the good lady. And they thought it was hilarious, and I was winding them up all the time. I still haven't lost my sense of humour. So, yeah, I'm on the mend, Chris. I'm on the mend. It's like anything; it'll take a little while, you know. But hi, Stuart. Just, you know, take heed of what I've said. You know, don't. Oh. Just Poker shouted. I said, yeah, I know he did. You know, yeah, like I say, chest pain, don't take a chance. Call an ambulance. At the end of the day, if it's nothing, they'll be quite happy that it's nothing. You know, you can't afford to take the chance. No worries, Nitro. Thanks for stopping in, my friend. Take care, buddy. Well, having come from sort of the brink of death to where I am now, Stuart, yeah. I mean, I get tired, and like I say, you know, I sort of rest as and when I feel like it. What I will say, this isn't asking for money or anything like that. If anybody wants to contribute anything, I am going to make a donation to the hospital that saved my life. If anybody wants to do PayPal or buy me a coffee, I would appreciate it. Don't expect it, but you know, if anyone feels they want to thank the hospital for keeping your UK medic around, then yeah. But like I say, I'm not really asking, and I'm not, you know, you don't feel obliged. I just thought I'd mention it because it's something I personally want to do, and that's it really. And I think in a moment I am going to call it a night so that I can have a rest. Where's my coffee fund? The link should be, I know it comes up, Nightbot puts it in the chat, and I think it's on my page. I don't know. Poker set it up. I don't know. Yeah, Dave, they were amazing. I say I couldn't have had better care, that's for sure. And all I've ever done is try to put back, and on this particular occasion, that's where any money I make out of YouTube this month is going. Well, not, you know, the last month, or when I get paid this month, that's where it's going. I've just got to sort out how they need to do it, whether by check or bank transfer, or I don't know. I'll have to look into it. But it is a university hospital, so it's a training hospital. So any funds they get, obviously, you know, helps. And that's why I want to do it. So, guys and girls, I am... Oh, there's my buy me a coffee. No, it's running along the bottom of the thing. I don't know how to get it to... Hang on, let me see if I can get it from my... Well, they deserve it. I mean, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't still be here, Dave. So I'm going to wish everybody a good night or good afternoon, whatever. I'm going to play you out with this. Oh, hang on. The missus is... So I'm responding to messages on my phone. Don't be kissing... Don't be. Of course, I've got to kiss her. It might be the last time. So, all right, Gator, will do, buddy. So I'll play you out with this. Take care, everybody. Thanks for spending time with me. I appreciate you all. And I'll catch up with you soon.
Lights go down and curtains fall. You all came and gave your all. hearts we melt, souls connected through the night, songs and dreams we shared in light, every cheer and every sigh, together we'll reach the sky. Thank you for coming, thank you for the joy, your love and laughter our hearts deploy. Moments spent in harmony, sparkling eyes a symphony, every note a memory, grateful for your energy. Thank you for coming, thank you for the joy, your love and laughter our hearts deploy. Moments spent in harmony, sparkling eyes a symphony, every note a memory, grateful for your energy. Thank you for coming, thank you for the joy, your love and laughter our hearts deploy. Hope you leave with smiles and song, in our hearts you'll stay lifelong, till we meet and sing again. Love and light to you, my friends.
I have a cigarette.